Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Monday. I'm very excited to be here. A few things happened this weekend. I don't know. What did you watch this weekend? We'll discuss the whole Will Smith Oscar debacle probably tomorrow or Wednesday, 1 or 2. But today I had a podcast in mind that I was going to talk about Friday, but Friday was a purity disaster. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it used to be every now and then I would have a reminder why I need to, hurry up and get away from, working for people. Like, I don't mind working. I like to work. I love to work. I enjoy it, but now I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, I just gotta work for myself. It's just point blank, period. And Friday night was the number one reason why. And they really irritated me to no avail. And like, I don't get irritated a lot, and I have a lot of patience for people, for things, because I know how it is. But Friday night I was just, my head was ready to kind of explode, if you don't mind. But that's neither here nor there. But let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about you maxing out your potential. And what do I mean by that? We all have gifts. God has given us all unique gifts. We all have unique talents. It does not matter what they are, but you have them. You might not have found them, but you have them. They're there. You might know them, but you're not. But you do not want to recognize them. It might be one of these things. The reason I bring this up is because last Wednesday, Thursday, 1 or 2, I watched a movie called Good Will Hunting. We all know this movie. Good Will Hunting is a great movie. It's about a guy. He's gets in trouble a lot with the law, but yes, like a mathematical wizard. He's like a genius. Very smart, but he's from a broken. His life is it's from like a lot of adoption, a lot of crime, stuff like that. So he works at a place. He works at MIT at a place. He works at MIT as a janitor, and he solves problems, when nobody's looking. And he gets caught one day, and they're like, "We want to work with you." And the professor was trying to help him get a job to make, like $80,000, $90,000, a lot more than what he was making, laying brick. And, he has him go see a psychologist, and, he meets Robin Williams, and they have a back and forth. They have a good rapport, right? Because Robin Williams is kind of on the same. He grew up in South Boston, so he knows the air. He knows how, tough it is, that kind of stuff. And Will has potential, but he does not seem like he wants to maximize it. So they offer him these jobs, and he keeps turning them down. And they're like, "Will, why do you not want these jobs?" And he's like, "What's wrong with the job I got, laying brick?" And they're like, "You have potential." And he's like, and they're like, "You have a gift." And he's like, I ain't asked for this. And they're like, "We know you didn't ask for it, but you have it. Why not? Why waste it?" And one of the speeches that probably hit home to him was when his friend, who's played by Ben Affleck, of course, is like, "Hey man, I don't know if you're still doing this. If you're still laying brick with me in 20 years, man, I'll beat you up. I will hurt you. And he's like, "What? Why?" And he's like, and Will Smith was like, not Will Smith, but Matt Damon's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because he's like, "Why? Because I owe it to myself." He said, "No, because you owe it to me." He said, "Hey, I'm perfectly fine with working because I know I'm going to work. I know this is it for me. This is Ben Affleck." He's like, "I know this is it for me, but you have the potential to do something that none of us are going to do, and that's get out of this get out of this rat race, get out of this town. You know what I mean? And so he's like, oh man, and then he finally, goes and he's like, hey man, I'm finna go out to California, probably go meet the girl, probably get accepted in some college or something like that, Stanford or something like that, But the point is, he had to get pushed into it, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, if you have the potential you have the potential for greatness, we all do. Sometimes some people don't tap into it for a long time. Some people tap into it early. It does not matter. But the point is, tap into your potential, okay? Everybody works hard. Don't get me wrong. Everybody works hard. But you have the ability to do great things, And we're not even talking monetary. This is not about monetary. This is not about that. This is about you doing great things for yourself, and for others. Because let's say you figure out something that you can do to help a lot of people. It's kind of like your duty to help people if you can. You know what I mean? It's something you should do, and it's something that you should not regret or be like, oh no, I don't want. It's like if you have a lot of book intelligence, and you hang around people that are maybe not so bright when it comes to book smarts, because there's people smart in different areas. My brother wasn't the greatest academic person in the world, but he's brilliant at other things. Like when I worked with my brother once. And he was brilliant on doing these machines, and I could never figure these machines out. And I'm pretty smart fella, academic wise, And but these machines, I was just like, I don't even know. I'm sick of them. And so my brother, he was great at that, and he's great at working at a warehouse, and he maxes out his potential there. You know what I mean? And so everybody's different. Everybody has different things that they're great at. Everybody has different things that they are good at. And so it's up to you to maximize it. It's up to you to figure that out. It might not happen when you're 20. It might happen when you're 50. It might happen when you're 60. Does not matter. But the point is, and if it doesn't have to be something you're passionate about, like that's one thing that people misunderstand. I'm passionate about the St. Louis Blues. I like to watch hockey, and probably ain't gonna make any money from watching hockey. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with that. And it's something I'm passionate about, but it is what it is. I've never been passionate about truck driving, but I'm good at it, and I've gotten better. I've gotten a heck of a lot better at it, and it's days I'm like, of course I want to do copyright, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I'm always gonna have some type of hand in the truck driving because I've learned this craft. I've gotten a whole lot better at this craft. I'm good at what I do, and it's like, why walk away from that? You know what I mean? And so we all have something that we can be good at. We all have something we could be great at, and it's up to you to maximize. It's up to you to figure it out, and it's up to you. You owe it to yourself, to explore that. Don't feel bad if you're better at something than other people. Don't feel bad if you got a 36 on your ACT and other people that didn't. Don't feel bad about that. There's nothing to feel bad about. There's always gonna be somebody better at you in something. It's just the way it is. It's not a big deal. But it's your right. It's your duty to maximize the thing that you're great at. All right, and go forth, figure it out, and you find something you do. It might be something you're doing right now. Just take it. You might want to take it more seriously. Do that, and great things can happen to you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna upload this podcast early today, okay? And we'll be back tomorrow with an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening, and as always, everybody. Peace.